Yes,
When
ma'am.
you talk about inviting things in, I was sitting here thinking because I heard it was two questions I had for you, just listening to you. You when you talk about the projects that you have coming up, I thought about like the fact that right now you're on this press run. When you sat down with Kevin Frazier and you said wifey, and then the story came out about you guys being married, it was like, oh my God, he's married. But then on another hand, it was like he announced this because all this other stuff came out, the Rolling Stone article with the audio. You right now are working and moving, but I feel like I don't even, it's not on purpose, but there's so many things that are coming at you. How are you dealing with all of that? Because being married is such a good moment. Being able to get back to work is a good moment, but there's a lot coming your way. What's the daily like, whoo, I can do this because you've done the work on yourself at this point.
Amen. It's the work, and it's God, and also like in our family, like, and we've been through a lot in a short amount of time. You know what I mean? Like we're war buddies and husband and wife, and best friend. Like, but for real war buddies. Not like, oh yeah, no. We've been through it. You know what I mean? And we'll continue to go through it. But something that we really talk about, and something like we can't let, like we gotta live our life. You know what I mean? Like, yes, everyone in this room, is in the public eye, right?
Yeah.
If I didn't do something that I had planned, by the way, that I had planned months ago, because we're having a bad day. One of us are having a bad day, or I'm having a really bad day. I would not get up in the morning. You know what I mean? I wouldn't get up in the morning. So who's gonna dictate my life? Who's gonna dictate my happiness?
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, me and God.
Exactly.
And whatever wife is feeling that day.
That's
like
right.
my mother, this ring.
Because your mom married you guys.
My mother married us, right?
Yeah, and was that plan too?
Wow.
Like that was originally how you want everything to be set
the
up?
plan, right?
Okay.
Like in this, my wedding ring is engraved. It says "My love of life," right? This was engraved 6 months ago. No, probably. I wish she was here. She's here somewhere.
She ain't gonna be mad that you don't know this, right?
She can mad about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had it done a while ago. Is what
Yeah, we had it done a while
Over
ago.
6 months ago.
We had it done on April 24th.
Right.
But in Hawaii, after I spoke to her father, we had no chance.
Oh.
Spoke to her father twice. Love you, Pop. Yeah, and then we had the plan for, the movie. Tom at Briarcliff was like, "We're doing this, man. We if you feel ready to go out there, you're gonna go out there,
Yeah.
right?
That's
What else am I
all.
gonna do?
That's awesome.
Because even that gets overshadowed, right?
Yeah.
Because the way that when people talk about this movie, it's like, oh, it's his comeback after such and such. But you've been working on this for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. This ain't new.
But the comeback. Oh yes. So yeah, Mom was already coming, right? Tom and already, we had already had our chat.
Tom is Megan's dad.
Oh no.
From Briarcliff.
Tom is the owner of Briarcliff.
Gotcha.
The guy who's
Okay.
distributing
Just
the
wondering
film,
who Tom
right?
was. Okay.
Mr. Good is Megan's dad. So yeah, we had already had it set up. And my mother, who's a pastor, ordained minister, was coming out it was such a big thing that Magazine Dreams was coming out. And my mother had not come to a premiere. My sister had come to a premiere. My daughter had come to a premiere. Still got to get my brother out to one. But my mother had not come to a premiere. And so we had already planned, once we had the date, okay, Mom, you're coming out on this date. And then from that point, we were like, all right, cool. You're here. Bring your stuff. Bring your gear. Whatever, stuff you put on the married folks. Because she also married my, wait, did she marry all of us? Yeah, my mother married my brother and she married my sister.
Wow.
And now she married me. And so, yeah, we now have a tradition in the family. So there was no question
And
Mom
very
was going to marry us.
intentional.
Very intentional.
Do you have an idea of who is creating this targeted attack? Because let's be clear, I think it's a targeted attack. I mean, when I look at, you got a charge with misdemeanor assault and harassment. We see you on video running away from this woman.
Violation.
There's the optics of the big black man, white blonde haired woman. And it's like every time you're about to do something, right? Like the Hollywood Reporter article comes out, you start hearing this good news about Magazine Dreams, then all of a sudden this audio leaks.
And the audio was from 2022.
Like, come on, man.
Right.
Like, come on.
Right.
You got to know that there's somebody targeting you.
Right.
Because everybody deserves redemption. There's people out here screaming for other folks to get redemption that have done way worse. I've been accused of way worse.
And have been granted.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, guys. Listen. let the streets talk.
God's good.
You know, let the streets talk. You know, it's very.
God's good.
Again, I got a whole wife to deal with.
Exactly.
You know?
God's
I got
good.
a bunch of dogs. I got a 12-year-old daughter I got to get to and spend some time with, and you know, show her more stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
But you know, you could be getting granted a lot more grace. I even think about like Marvel. Marvel, you know, they had controversies with guys like Jeremy Renner, who plays Hawkeye. The guy who played Namor had some things, but they were so quick to part ways with you. Robert Downey Jr. was allotted grace. Like,
yeah, I mean, you play the hand you dealt, you know, and it's not over till it's over. You know what I mean? Like, it's not over till it's over. You know, there's one thing I know. I love my wife. I love my daughter. I love my family. I love this art form, and I trust in God. And I know for a fact what's in me right now. I mean, I'm on fire inside. You know, I'm on fire. You know, the next time I hit a set, I can't wait to tell that story, to spend time with the crew, to promote that film, to get out to the people, to come see you guys again. And I have no doubt in my mind, you know, that it's going to happen. I don't know when, you know, though we have things in the works, but you know.
Were those rumors about Marvel bringing King back true?
Man, here's the thing about Marvel, right? You don't know until you
know. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't know until you know. I will say this though. Of all the characters I played, right? Kang carries a certain novelty and a certain challenge for an actor that I would love to play it again, you know? And so when I hear people talk about it, as long as the streets are talking, as long as the fans are talking, you know, there's hope, you know, because look, Disney is look, we all grew up on Disney, maybe not,
That's
you know,
right,
but like they got us, you know, they got us, you know what I mean? Like we're locked in, you know, I love Disneyland, I love Disney World, you know, Hercules, you know, Robin Hood, these are things we grew up on, you know what I mean? I loved it. And when I was invited to the Marvel Universe to play, you know, of all characters, Kang, I loved it. I miss it. I want to do it again. The role is incredible. It is unique from any other role I've ever played because of the lexicon of characters that this character gets to play. I absolutely would want to do it again. You know, if there's a way, I would love to be there. But you know, again, that's in God's hands. That's in the hands of, you know, the Disney corporation and the shareholders and all of that. And you know, we're in a divided world right now, and so holla at me, I'm here. You know,
how was the letter that you wrote to Marvel, to Kevin? What was his last name?
Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige. How was that letter received?
I don't know how it was received, you know, but I, you know, I've got his info. I know it's him. You know what I mean? And I sent it to him. You know, and I'm sure he was in a tough position when I sent it to him. It was long after a lot of this stuff. You know, yeah, I really I love that man, you know, that specific individual. I really love him. You know, I've got nothing but love for Marvel, but yeah, you know, yeah, you know, I didn't hear back, you know, but
he treated you like Brad Vanderhorn? You gotta watch the movie Magazine Dream.
Like Brad
Listen, I want to ask you about that because it was such a one-sided relationship with Brad Vanderhorn between Killian and Brad in the movie.
Yep.
And you know, you kept writing him these letters.
Yep.
And he thinks he has a connection with Brad. Yeah. And it's almost like how fans feel today, like they have a sense of access to celebrities that they don't actually have, but social media makes them feel like they do. Have you ever had a Killian in your life? You out here with your shirt off all the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's a delicate balance, like being a public figure, right? As we all are in this room, you know, or even just being. Spoiler alert: everybody's a public figure if you have an Instagram. Yeah. Your shit is out there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like,
that's very.
It's all about being kind. You know, like, I've dealt with that multiple times, you know, and it's like, you have to set boundaries, you know, and you have to be kind, but you also have to understand that these individuals are also the individuals that that prop you up to be this public figure, as it were. So it's a delicate balance, you know. However, you know, everybody just understand boundaries. Like, you know, understand, like, even if I know you, you know what I mean? Like, you and me, if I text you, bro, and you don't text me back, I'm not coming to the studio. You know what I mean? I'm not going to the studio like, hey, Charlotte, it's your boy, hit me back. You know what I mean? Like 2 days later, urgent, Negro, hit me back. You know what I mean? And if you don't hit me back, then I'm going to go around the other way and be like, hey, call this man, see what's going on. You know, I'm not showing up to your house. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that, you know, but that's because I have boundaries. You have boundaries.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I respect you. You respect me, you know? So, yeah, I've dealt with that. And
But how much do you owe to the fan?
The fan or the fans?
Fans, yeah. So I guess I said fan in this particular situation.
Right.
This guy kept writing you
In that regard.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You know, I think everybody's different, but I love my fans. I love them even more now. You know what I mean? I think that anything you ask me to do, you know, within reason, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna do it. I don't mind. You know,
good
I'm
dude.
built like that though. You know what I mean?
He's
Like,
just a good dude.
we're a team. I understand
Right.
that you know what I mean? And I also understand that like, yeah, I got fans, but like, I'm not so-and-so and so-and-so, you know what I mean? I'm not, you know, Timothy Chalamet, you know what I mean? Where it's like, that's just wow, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm me, you know, and I've got my demographic, I've got my team, I've got my Marvel fans, my Creed fans, my this fan. I love them. You know what I mean? I love them. You know, if they step over the line, that's why you got security.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know?
Right.
What made how did Zeus Network become the home for Magazine Dream?
That's a beautiful story. That's a beautiful story. So I just got done doing Hollywood Unlocked. Our brother and friend Jason Lee.
Jason Lee.
Yeah, what up, Jason Lee? I'm coming, bro. Don't trip. I'm coming. So, you know, pause.
I would say pause because of Jason, but shout out to Jason.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, Jason Lee reached out to us and was like, "Hey, man, I really want to do this." He took a shot with us, and we did the award show. And then I found out through the award show that Lemmy at Zeus was kind of like operating the whole thing. You know, like he was sponsoring the whole thing, you know, supporting the whole thing. We had a beautiful night, you know, a very healing night that night for the family, and for myself especially. And then time goes along and I get a phone call. This is after Briarcliff had already picked it up. You know, it is what it is. You know, like people have their opinions. They go, "Hey, yeah, I don't want to help anymore." You know, we lose the money. And then, you know, a certain amount of the money, right? Tom holds steady as he always does, but you know, we lose the money, a certain portion of it, and we need it, or the film's not coming out. You know, like it's just not coming out. And I literally got on the phone. You know, baby was like, "Hey, you know, what do you think we should do?" I'm like, "I don't know what you think we should do." We put a list together. We were like, you know, no, yes, that happened. And then I had a meeting with Jason, me and Jason and his buddy Robert. We just sat and chatted. And he said, "Yeah, you know, I got an idea. Let me run it by you." He said, "Yeah, you should hit him." So we hit Lemmy, right? I called Lemmy directly, literally. Big shout out to Lemmy and Zeus. I called Lemmy. The meeting was at 9 a.m. I called Lemmy at 12 when I got back to the house after training. We sat there. I texted him. He texted me back. I told him what the game was. He said, "I'm in." He hadn't seen the movie. He said, "I'm in. I got you, brother." Right? When he was transferred, deal was done.
Wow.
Like that.
See, that's what I like to hear.
That's God.
When somebody tell you, "Yo, I'm in," and then they put their money where their mouth is
Sight
immediately.
unseen.
Wow.
Sight unseen. He said, "I got you. I got you." You know, so I mean, big ups to Zeus Network and Lemmy and all his team, all his soldiers. Like he's the real deal, and we need that. It within the culture. You know what I mean? Like we need someone that's gonna go, "I'm betting on you." You know what I mean? I'm betting on us.
Him,
You know what I mean?
Deion
Taylor, we need that. Look, you know, of course you know. Yeah, I'm tripping. We on the thread together. Yeah. I'm tripping. Yeah.
But even the award show, that moment, because the award show happened and then the meeting with Lemmy happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Like the award show moment, I think it went so viral. I mean, you were very emotional and people got to see that, but it was like publicly the first time after everything that someone was like really taking a major chance behind you. Like this person deserves to be able to come back and say his piece or whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
That alone, like when Jason first called you for that award, how did you feel? Like, were you kind of hesitant? Were you?
So much trauma, you know, so much trauma. When he called, I was like, I mean, I was so small at that time, you know, inside, you know, I was just like, I was just starting with my, you know, avengers of therapists and pastors. You know what I mean? So I was still working a lot of things out, and when he called, I was like, man, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, like you get the first endorphin hit, the dopamine, you're like, yeah, okay, cool. But no, that's not gonna happen. They are not gonna let you do that. You know what I mean?
But Jason owns the shit.
Yeah, but even Jason was getting caught. I mean, he had resistance, right? He had resistance, and he's listening, and he knows what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna put his business in the street. He had resistance, but Jason Lee said, "Hey, I'm gonna get this done, bro. I got you. I'm gonna get this done."
That's dope on Jason's part. Shout out to Jason Lee.
You know, we have calls. Everybody's on the call. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? We write the speech. Speech is like, well, you know, the speech ain't gonna work. You know, I ain't gonna come up. You know, it was crazy. But Jason was, I believe in him. I believe in this. We're gonna do it, and he did it.
Shout out to Jason
bringing
Lee.
Miss Van Zant into it.
That was everything.
What was the planning around that? That how early out did that happen, or did she say, "Hey, I want to be involved"?
I can't speak to that in super detail, but I do know that Jason had a real conversation with her, and she understood the situation, believed in redemption, believed in you know, helping. You know what I mean? And she came and she did it, and she did it. I felt that. You know,
that's what's up.
I felt that, and I'm so grateful to her. You know, I love it.
Let me ask you a question. How have your views on Hollywood changed? Because you said that you're not Timothy Chalamet, but Hollywood was setting you up to be that next golden boy. Like they all acted like they loved you before the scandal, and as soon as there was some smoke, they was off you. Do you take that personal?
2 years of reflection, you get to sit back and just kind of go, okay, what's the game? You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, like if anybody doesn't think that it's an industry, it's an industry. You know what I mean? And money is involved.
It's a business.
I don't know. It's anyone in Hollywood, anyone in entertainment understands that. Like, yeah, this is a town. It's a town that goes up and down, up and down. You're hot, you're cold, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. But to be, you know, in such a position, you know, with so many allies, friends, studios, all of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's all there. You know. And then to watch it go, it was just a very clear understanding that this is a business. You know what I mean? And
it's just hard.
There are some personal things where I go, that hurt. That hurt me. You know what I mean? That hurt my bank account. That hurt me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Does it change my perspective? I was always talent forward. I was always talent forward. I want to make sure that I'm doing the best I can in the role I'm doing, in like that. That's all that mattered to me, you know. But I saw it more, you know, in tandem. You know, when I'm looking at what was happening with Megan, or you know, the amount of pressure and heat and shame that was trying to be thrown on people who did stick with me. You know, my agent, Alon Roospley, he's a dog, man. He stayed, man. He fought for me.
Shout out to the agent.
I love him. You know, he's my brother. You know, he is my brother. You know, Alon Roospley, I love you, man. But when I saw what he had to deal with, it's like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that. And the industry as a whole, it's like, look, the industry changes so quickly. You know, I am optimistic. You know, I can't stunt and be like, blah, blah, blah. But I'm a realist, and I go, yeah, that hurt. You know what I mean? Does it change my perspective? I knew it was always a game. You know, I'm quoted saying that before. That's the game. You know?
I remember, and Lauren, you probably know, but I remember there was an article that came out, and it was just a bunch of different people, you know, saying you were emotionally abusive to them, and verbally abusive.
No.
They worked with you before, and it wasn't a pleasant.
That Cheyenne Roundtree bull crap article, and I've done a reaction video to that. I've talked about that on the channel. I'm not going to bring it up again, but that was Cheyenne Roundtree doing what Trolling Stone does, and nothing came out of that.
Pleasant experience. When that came out, did you ever look at any of that stuff and say, okay, some of that might be justified? I might have been an asshole in that situation.
That article, you know,
they were talking about from college days, so you're not the same man. Is what
yeah. Well, there's some how to come at this one. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Yeah, watch this. As far as I'm just gonna say some facts. Okay. About school. School.
This is the first time we're hearing him talk about this too.
And I went to North Carolina School of the Arts, and I also went to Yale. When I was at Yale, I was on a full scholarship. We all were. I was also on a Lloyd Richards scholarship. Our brother Lloyd Richards brought in August Wilson camp, all that stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man. Rest in peace. I was a recipient of that. When that information happened, when that started being said, that's when I went. That was hard.
I know what he's talking. I understand.
This is Yale University. Where's the write-up?
Yep.
If all of this is true, where's the write-up?
Where's the disciplinary?
From my administration.
He would have been kicked
from my
out.
dean. Where is it? That was the only thing in which I got involved because it was supposed to be family, right? I got involved and went, show me the paperwork. Not my lawyer. I hit my dean and said, show me. Said, no, there's nothing there. I still have the email. You know what I mean?
It was some bull crap.
Do I still wear my Yale cap? Yeah, because I went there, you know. My class, you know, I love them. And I understand. I don't agree with it, but I understand, you know, and all off record.
What went through your mind when Michael Ealy had picked up Megan? I want to see you answer that one. I want to see.
Hold up. I wasn't expecting to transition to that. I got to give her props. That was funny.
When did this happen? Is this in the movie or is this in the street?
She's talking about real life when y'all was on the red carpet. Remember, and Michael, he came up and said hello to Megan in the clip that they had online. He picked her up. The clip they had online, you were just standing there and people was like, yo, I know he was salty, but there was the part of y'all shaking hands before.
Because he didn't speak to you too, but
Oh, I remember this. I remember this.
Yeah.
I love that pretty man. Look at him. Pretty eyes, lifting up my wife. It's all good. No. That's my brother. I mean, what went through
the appropriate way to hug somebody's wife. Well, I mean, we all weren't
They have a beautiful friendship.
Yeah.
They have all these things, you know, like and respectfully, because like we have real life and then we have what everyone says about our real life, right? And as you all know, we have to navigate between those two things, right?
Gotcha.
If the things people say about our life actually make their way into our lives, then the people have to be mature enough to address it. And Brother Ealy, who I've seen many times, we did a workshop together at Dion's place. Michael Ealy was like, hey, bro, my bad. You know what I mean? And I was like, respect. Respect. You know what I mean?
I was like, this man trained for Creed. One of them blows, Michael's done.
It's all love. It's all love. Yeah.
I have a question about the movie. So in Magazine Dreams, your relationship with your father is insane because of the thing, him and your mom, and I don't want to give it away.
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm with you.
It's a
I'm making
rough
eye contact.
relationship
I'm with you.
your father, but in real life too, you talk about your dad leaving your life and you know some of the things you dealt with after that. Channeling your real relationship with your dad and then bringing it onto screen. What did you pull from specifically, and what did you purposely say, I don't want to pull from this because I don't want to revisit that?
If it's in there, right? If it's in there and it's conscious, you know, that's the job, right? You got to use it. We'll get to Magazine Dreams, but Michael K. Williams, who actually played my father, right? My brother. Michael K. Williams, who played my father in Lovecraft, he was dealing with it all day, right? I was thinking about my daddy issues all day, right? Because they were just boom, right on top of each other, right? In Magazine Dreams, same thing. You know, you go, okay, you like this, I like this, cool. That's something that we say, oh, you get that for nothing, right? You get that for nothing, right? In your work, you go, okay, cool. This man is in love with this woman. Cool. I know what that is. I'm in love with my woman. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I get that for nothing. Right. Then the details and the specificity of that relationship are drawn out through the actual characterization and the world that we're in. But I just want to be clear. It says You talking about like because Dad's not in the movie?
No,
Right.
he's not. But
Okay,
I know
great,
that.
great. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
But
We're on the same
I know,
page.
Take care of your
yeah,
grandfather.
you take
Your
care of your
parents are-
grandfather
Yes, ma'am.
because they're dead.
Y'all
Because
watched that movie.
I didn't get through the whole movie,
Your
but
parents are
I
dead.
had to
You
look
take
up
care
the.
of your grandfather.
No,
No, that
see,
is
that's why I
it.
want to
No,
tell
but
the
I'm
whole
saying
movie.
he's giving away.
That's why it was hard for me to ask the question because you got to get so much setup with
Yeah.
it. But I was basically asking because it's such a messed up situation that
Yes,
you're in, taking
awful.
care of your papa,
Mhm.
and then
Papa, yeah.
papa, and then in real life you talk about your dad and him leaving you and your mom. Like I've heard you talk about that a couple times.
Yeah.
And then your mom came to see this movie.
Yeah.
And I know mom had to be like, like there's some trauma
all
probably
there.
with her too that
It's all
came
there.
back in.
So there. Yeah. I think every time you have to touch something, you kind of want to make it connect. You know what I mean? You want to make it connect. And my father, my biological father, my dad, I don't want to hurt him, right? But I love him, but we experienced something that could have been avoided had he not done what he done. You know what I mean? Done what he did. Yeah, come on, yeah. Thank you, brother.
We understand what you mean.
You know what I mean? So there's that, and so because what we're talking about is a shared trauma, right? Between what Killian understands and what happened to him in his world, and what I understand what happened to me in my world, and that the visceral abandonment, if that makes sense, is something that I can always connect to. And it's something that I've experienced. It's something that Killian does experience. And so in that monologue, right, where we're going through it, obviously the images of my father, who, let me just be very clear, I love my dad, I love him,
And see,
and
I'm gonna stop it right there. And that's something that needs to be talked about also. Because we don't know what our parents have done. I mean, I've had my own situations within my own parents, but I love them. I would never speak ill will of them because they're still my elders and my mom and my dad, but I can understand where he's coming from. Let me keep going.
And he is, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? And it's up to him to fix that. You know what I mean? I understand that. You make a mistake, it's up to you to fix it. If something wrong with you, it's up to you to fix it. So, standing by, Dad, standing by.
You know what? I'll tell you something, man. If you actually, and I don't know if you have, but when you actually have conversations with your father, and he tells you about his upbringing, and his childhood, and the things he went through, I guarantee you'll end up giving him more grace. Because I remember my father telling me that he went to therapy 2 and 3 times a week. He was on 10 to 12 different medications for his various mental health issues. He tried to commit suicide back in the day. When he told me that, it just allowed me to give him so much more grace. And I think sometimes we forget our parents had a life before they were our parents.
And currently had lives while they were our parents.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So and we all know, like, bringing a child into, bro, thank you. Like I completely agree with that. And I'm on my way to that. But
I was about to say, are you at that place yet?
It's just that, like, this is the rebirth. This is the new bop. Like my big brother says to me, "Hey, dog," and straight up, I've heard that before, right? But I go, Megan said it to me before, and it's just like he speaks to my brother, he speaks to my mom, he speaks to my sister. You know what I mean? I'm just the eldest son, the southern eldest son. That may mean something to some of the listeners, right? That's different. You know what I mean? And it's like it's a different thing, but then it's not, right? Like that chat, that's something else, right? You speaking from your hurt there, right? Hearing you now, right? You helped me. I go, damn, you're right.
You're right.
It even makes me think about the character Killian, right? When you're watching the film, the angry black man persona, whatever you want to say it is, it's all justified. Being the way he lost his parents, what his grandfather's going through, all of that. But your trauma's not your fault, but your healing's your responsibility. And I think by the end of the movie,
that's a good one.
Learns. That's what I wish y'all would have explored a little bit more. Because we saw the problems.
Yeah.
But where was the solution?
I'm gonna watch I promise this. You were gonna let us take time to watch the last 3 minutes of the picture.
Yeah, that's what
at some point together. And wait, we gotta stop talking about this. This is a spoiler.
It's hard to
But it's a healing. That's
It's
when the
hard to
healing.
talk without
I'm trying to tell you.
know,
I'm not lying. That last 3 minutes is where the healing is, boy.
man, watch a movie because listen, he really watched. He been talking about this since yesterday. Look, he be up here lying to everybody about listening to the albums before we come in here.
Right.
He done look people dead in the eye. I watched the show. Did not
watch the show.
He watched this movie. Called me. Yeah, yo, you need to watch it. Yo, this is great. This is greatest role ever. And I'm like, this how you know he is in here expounding.
I love it. Guess what Just told me when I said you should watch Magazine Dreams. I will, but let me finish watching Tyler Perry. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. For work, though. For work.
Jay, look.
Yeah, for work.
Look.
Go ahead.
I was paid to do a review on the movie.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I be doing reviews. Look, Magazine Dreams is one of the best movies.
Hey, Zeus, pay Jess to watch the movie.
We love our brother. We love our brother, Tyler Perry.
Check for Jess to watch the movie.
I get it.
Wait, I have another question about your dad.
Yeah.
Has he seen this movie? Do y'all talk often? Has he seen the movie? Do you know?
A little text here and there.
Okay,
You know
so
what I
you
mean?
probably
Like, you can FaceTime him with his new daughter-in-law. Probably need to do
Don't
that.
they always got a new?
Yeah,
I'm right there with you.
Gotta do that. But no, he's not seen it. I mean, I didn't send him a link or anything. But look, I know my dad. Like,
he didn't hit you after the interview that you did and where you talked about the assault that.
I mean, but that's the thing. Like, I should probably holler at him. I will. I'll give him a shot. Because I tabled it well. I tabled it the best I could.
You really did.
With my mother beforehand.
Oh,
right?
so before that article came out.
Yeah, I had to. You know what I mean? And I tabled it a little bit with my sister. But I need to table it with my father. Father, because you know it's a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's something I was discussing with some of your colleagues, journalistic colleagues, Robin. When we are quote unquote public figures, like your healing has to happen publicly.
Does it?
No,
I don't believe it.
No. That's a question mark. That was a question mark. Does that happen publicly?
Yeah.
Like.
That's why I was wondering why you chose to reveal that right now, because you have so much other stuff happening.
Yeah.
And bringing your dad into it. Not to cut you off, but
Yes, ma'am.
I thought it was very vulnerable of you, but I don't know if I would have had the courage to do that right now in your life because you're moving past so much stuff. Because you not blame your dad, but if your dad was there, you felt like you would have been protected, and that's heavy for everybody in the situation. Your mom, you said your mom apologized to you after that for not being there to protect you. So it's heavy for everybody, and then it just stirs up so much more stuff.
Well, here's the thing: if you don't stir it up, something's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it had to be done, right? It's funny because in the interview we were talking, and because of the work that I was doing, quote unquote behind the scenes, when we got there, it's just I had been talking about it.
Oh, okay.
In with my with Megan, I've been talking about it with my counselors, and my therapist. It was there, and it would have been inauthentic in that moment. You know what I mean? For me not to touch it. You know what I mean? I would have done myself a disservice. You know what I mean? And was it brave or this or this or this? No, I don't see it that way. I saw it as when your pain outweighs when your need for healing outweighs your pain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
You will heal. Right. And in that moment, the healing was right there. The pain was right here. Right. But the need to heal was greater. And I said, I gotta say this. You know what I mean? We talked about fans. We talked about people who just admire someone, right? Admire me wholly if you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
All
Exactly.
of it. You know what I mean?
The vulnerable.
I'm not
the
afraid
bad,
to show it to you.
Yeah, the bad spots and the good.
Hate me, right? But hate all of me.
Not just
I'm not playing that game.
But a fan can't do that because he or she doesn't know you in your whole totality. They only know what they.
But they think they do.
Yeah.
They think they do. And there's no gimmick. I don't want to. If there's a fan of mine who's experienced anything that I've experienced in my life, right? My job is my mission as an actor and an artist and a human being is to like, let me help you carry your cross, right? That's what you guys are doing for me right now.
Exactly.
You are helping me bear my cross, right?
Exactly.
I got that from my brother Will, right? As well as what it's all about. Our job is only to help someone bear their cross. We can't bear it for them, but we can be there for them, right? He said that to me. I went, oh, I understand that. So if you're a fan, right? If you know me and you've experienced something like that and you see that, okay, this has happened to him and this has happened to me and he's doing this, it's not impossible.
Exactly.
A lot of the comeback, a lot of the rebirth feels impossible because nobody has ever attempted it before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one's ever had the allies. Not I don't want to get you in trouble, but no one's ever gotten the allies or the friends or the support or the, you know, I want to demonstrate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you see, here's the thing: you don't throw your people away. Like you don't look at a person and say, "Man, I'm gonna reduce them to their worst moment." Like I knew you before this. We worked on a project together. Broke down profits with Audible.
It's apparently it's in the finals for some.
It got nominated for a Audie for best drama. But it's just like, okay, he had a situation. We assess the situation. We look at the situation. We see what the situation is. Is he not above redemption?
Exactly.
The redemption isn't for everybody. Like we always have to talk about cancel culture, but what about redemption culture? You just cast him to the side, say fuck him for the rest of his life?
Exactly.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
Exactly.
I agree. Don't.
I saw you running down the street from a white woman. I saw it.
Running
For his life. Okay? All the training you needed to do for Creed 3 was in that moment.
Listen, there was a movie. I don't know if you. I saw it. It was a movie. It's called The Actor Who Got Chased Around the City, and yes, it was. Why are you laughing? Because we on Tubi too now.
No, I know. I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is a movie. The director, brilliant, Alvin Gray. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a good movie. It's called The Actor Who Was Chased Around the City. He actually was going to name it The Actor Who Was Chased Around the City by the White Woman, but he chose to. Yeah, it was too long. You need to watch it, and it's good.
Yes.
You know.
Might trigger you.
Or I was like, or not. You might
No. Because the redemption for him is in the movie. So and I just gave it away, but you need to watch it.
Amen.
Yes.
And I only got a couple more questions.
Love you. His name is Alvin Gray from Baltimore. He makes films based on controversial
Real life
points.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is this a real movie?
It's a real
Yes.
movie.
Oh my goodness.
We laughing because
it's a
some
joke.
things
Yes,
on Tubi that get like
This is a real movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
She said she got to wrap you. I really got two more questions because I want people to go watch Magazine Dreams.
Absolutely.
And when you're watching it, I wonder if Killian's character is so frightening because of how real it is. Because we all know men, especially black men, who suffer from untreated mental health issues. And was him being so obsessed with bodybuilding a way just to run from his trauma?
That's a good question.
It covers it, right? It covers it, but it also releases it, right? But there is so much there that he can't get out. So he's searching for validation, right? I wonder what would happen to Killian if someone just spotted him, if someone just saw this man lifting all this weight and came and helped him lift it. Maybe that would change everything. You know
That's
what I
the
mean?
bar.
Maybe there wouldn't be a Killian Maddox.
That's deep.
That he had some type of connection, some type of love. You know what I mean? Like
that's deep.
That the whole movie, in a way, is about the acknowledgement of his trauma, right? Him trying to work through it. The trials and tribulations of that, right? And then how he ultimately deals with it, right? Not to give anything away. That was pretty esoteric, but you understand what I mean. Yeah.
And there's a scene in the movie where he says, I'm just tired. And I'm sick. And I wonder if he meant that physically or mentally or both. And I also wonder, and this would be my final question, how that line applies to you, being that you've dealt with so much publicly, because you're promoting the movie so you can put on the brave face, and you just got married, so you're happy in this moment, but I'm sure you had to get emotionally exhausted throughout this process.
Well, here's a moment of the subconscious coming to the screen. That line, I'm tired.
Mm.
It's not in the script.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not in the script. I'm sick is in the script, but I'm tired is not. So I was
He was
so
tired.
clear to me
He was tired.
looking back now where my work was trying to signal to me, this is where you're at. This is where you're at. How does that come out? I'm tired, and I was, I was a part of me, not the part that makes art or any of that part, but the important part, the self was extremely tired, you work hard, you do that, but yeah, it's not a matter of the put out, I mean, I could put out, I could do it, and enjoyed it, but this other part is being so neglected, and because of the nature of the film, I try to shoot every film like a documentary. I take it extremely serious, extremely serious, but I do. And because of that, there's a small moment where usually it's lines that I'll say that are a marriage between myself and the character. And that was one of them, so yeah, I was tired, man. And Killian was tired, but I was tired. That part of me that
was going through.
Just, felt all that and didn't process any of that. And a 9-year-old boy can't hold that shit. You know what I mean?
That's accountability, y'all.
35-year-old man can't hold it either.
No.
So, yeah, man, you watched the hell out of that movie.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Listen, keep doing the work, my brother. Magazine Dreams is in theaters right now. Go see it. Go check it out.
All right. So that's where I'm going to end this. Thank you so very much for sticking around and watching this reaction video with me. What did you guys think about the interview? Do you think they answered asked the right questions? Everything. To me, this was an excellent video. You just get captivated. You just want to listen. I didn't even want to say a whole lot, but I just wanted to listen. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Of course, you already know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.